Buddy, I am back and I have resumed progress on my RA-7 Death Star Droid head sculpture, which will be made into a helmet kit soon. I started taking some pre-orders on it and I figured I better start moving on getting this finished up. So in the time, it's been a while since I worked on it. I may have posted last year sometime, maybe like June, when I started this. I posted some updates, but then I haven't worked on it in a while because I've had too many other projects and I've been really busy, basically. So in that time, even though I wasn't physically sculpting, I've been collecting lots of reference photos. So when I got back to this to work on the sculpture and clean some things up, I broke out my new reference and I realized that there were some things that weren't correct. And based on my previous reference photos, it looked really good, but seeing some new angles that I hadn't been able to find before revealed that there were a lot of flubs that I needed to fix. So I'm in the process of correcting all those things now. You can see it's all rough and bumpy because I'm literally in the process of claying this up and getting the shapes corrected. It should be much more accurate now. But what I'm doing is I'm going to sculpt this side first and get all the detail really worked out as best as possible on this side, and then I will turn around and fix this side. And you can see this is pretty much untouched. I've added a little bit up here just so I could have a visual reference when I was working on the front. But all this extra has to be added and correct all the detail under here. A lot of work to go. This weekend I will be modeling 3D modeling the little Rambly parts. There's some little bolts that are pretty much all over this thing that I'm going to model those, the tusks on the front. I may model the mouth, and there's kind of like a big asterisk looking item right here on the middle of the forehead that will probably need to be made out of a little plastic part. So 3D model all those things, have them printed, get the molds done, and then within, I don't know, 10 or 12 days I should have those pieces just about ready to go. And hopefully by then this will be almost ready to mold and I can take my initial casting. One trick to checking your symmetry is I built a little tool like this. I can't remember what these are called. They sell these at art stores and they're metal, and it's a really simple name and I'm just blanking out right now. But I made one with some couple cord locks that I just had in a drawer here. I got for another project, never used them. And let me see, it's like a piece of chopstick and a little, I don't know if this is from like some kind of sugar stir or something. And basically I can adjust these and line up a part on this side and then come around to this side and check, make sure the height is right and the depth is correct. Also, a triangle like this is good for coming in and checking depth. And I can use my grid down here to, check the measurements and make sure it's accurate. So the symmetry should be real nice when it's done, and should be pretty good to go. I'll post more updates soon and talk a little bit about working from reference photos and a few tricks that'll probably help if you've never done it before. That have to do with when you collect a reference and types of cameras people use, as far as the length of the lens, which can distort your item depending on what it is. If you're ever making a replica sculpture, or even sculpting someone's face or something from a photo, the length of the camera lens is going to make a big difference on how accurate, with the least amount of distortion possible. If you can get a longer lens, it'll have less distortion. And I'm going to do some reference images here, and maybe I'll attach them to this video, a little tutorial about getting this kind of photo so that your reference pictures you're not working from warpy, perspective, wonky reference photos. That sounds ridiculous, but I'm going to go with it. Anyway, I'll be back soon and talk about this a little more once it gets a little further along. And I'll do another casting video on a brush-on type mold, which I'll probably do for this, at least the initial one. I'll do a brush-on mold, and then for the final I'll do like a proper case mold, which is also a matrix mold, where the silicone is poured into the mother mold. It's start with blanket mold, mother mold, pull the blanket mold off, put the mother mold back on, pour your silicone into the mother mold. It's like they're really beautiful molds, my favorite kind. So I'll be doing one of those in probably 2 months when I get back around to this. So Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Sorry for the rambly update, but I don't know how not to ramble. So, see you soon. Bye.